You know, so I don't even take an appointment without the spouse. In fact, I ask, and my team knows, you bring in someone who's married without the spouse, I don't care if it's your first presentation, you're running it. I'm not going to run it. They know better, so they don't even dare book an appointment without the spouse because they don't want to run the presentation. Especially if like you're on your second training appointment. I've done it. I'll sit down. It's supposed to be husband and wife. They're like, oh yeah, the spouse is coming. I look. I only see one person, unless they married themselves. You're running the presentation. So I sit down. I don't even give them a warning. Because I just teach them one time and it'll never happen again. So I don't do it mean or anything. I'm not mean about it like, oh, you're a moron, you're doing it yourself, time to fail. No, it's just like, hey, you know what? I'll go through the building rapport, get to know the client, and I'll say, hey, you know what, we're going to do something different today actually. I want Rob to learn how to run the presentation. So I'm actually let Rob run it, and we're going to switch seats. I'm going to sit back and take notes. So if I'm typing a lot, it's everything Rob's doing right, not wrong. And I'm writing there on Facebook, Instagram. And I switch seats. I'll walk out of the room completely. I'll go out, grab a cup of water, talk to her, I look in, and Rob's like dropping the ball all over the place. And then I'll come back in at the end and I'll clean it up and I'll say, hey Rob, you know, what'd you learn? How did Jen do? She did good? Yeah? She did all right? I've had some where they're like, honestly, Rob, I hope I was your first one because that was horrible. And the client tells them, like, it would be really cool. I've had some people like, I say, how do they do it? They really take it seriously. They're like, oh, it'd be nice if I could actually read your writing. You didn't point the paper to me once. I was reading upside down the whole appointment. I mean, hopefully there's going to be some improvements or you're never going to get a client. I had that happen. And I'm sitting there like, oh, give it to him, man. I'm going to recruit this guy. You know, and then I'll come in at the end and I'll clean it up. You know, hey, the one thing I had Rob run the appointment because, you know, your spouse wasn't here and we know people make decisions together anyways. And so what I like to do is grab a time where you can come back with your wife or your husband, and then we can sit down and go through it a little, touch up anything he might have missed and show you what we do to finish his training. Can we get a time where you could come back with your spouse? You know, and then we'll set up a follow-up. But they know he's in training, so it's okay if he messes it up. But I'm not going to waste all my energy on something I know is going to end the same way no matter what. How many of you guys have ever had that? Yeah, it's so frustrating, right? I had it. One guy came in, I did the first appointment, he came back without his wife because the wife said he can make all the decisions, and I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew not to do it. And at the end, I was not going to sell this guy anything. I was going to take it away on purpose. And he's like, I want to do it. I'm like, no, this is just for her training. I did not want to sell him a policy. He's like, no, I want to do it. And then I'm like, are you sure? Because Rebecca's not here. And he's like, no, she gave me permission to do it. I want to do it. It's something I need. I want to do it. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So we did it. Less than an hour later, okay, I got to cancel it. I was like, oh, freaking knew it. Right? Tom was like, oh, I'm never going to do it again. So now I don't even take appointments like that. I make the trainee reschedule the whole entire appointment if I find out the spouse isn't coming. Nope. Book it for a time the spouse could come. Oh, it's already set. I don't care. Book it for a time the spouse could come.